Hey y'all, I'm Brittney. I'm from Louisiana and I own a small business, and this is my first official vlog. I am super excited. I'm kind of nervous. I don't really know where this channel is going to go. My husband could end up showing y'all about hunting and fishing on his family property. I have no clue. We'll talk about the boutiques that I'm in. We'll talk about wholesale. We'll talk about just small business stuff. But today I have to do a grandmama sweatshirt, like my last Christmas gift that has to get out today by 12, and it is $9.49. Yeah, I need to get it on the machine. I've already maintained it and my machine's getting ready to go. Y'all are gonna watch me work, and I will talk about how long I've been doing this, where the name came from. I'll talk about a little bit about my family. I am married with 2 little precious babies. You probably won't see them much on the channel just because I don't want to put them out into the world, but I was definitely, you may see them a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah, we're going to keep this small business related for the most part until I haven't named the channel yet, but I'm sure by the time this gets up, it'll have a name. We might keep it at MUDBUGS. I mean, so this is an applique shirt and these are my fabrics. Very cute. You will notice that like I love the fun colors. I love bright colors, anything pink. If you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you are been on our website, you will notice that like I'm a pink girl through and through. So yeah, we have to cut these fabrics to match up with what's on the machine, what stitches out, and so I'm gonna have to rehoop this. The image fits perfectly right here. If I go up any, it'll be hitting the hoop. So I need to have the target kind of in the middle. So we're gonna go ahead and rehoop this. I will just talk to y'all. So I started my embroidery business in 2015. I have been in my relationship to my now husband for, oh, this is about to fall. Okay. For probably 2-ish, maybe 3-ish years. I'm very crafty. I always like have to be doing something, you know, work just doesn't cut it for me. Like my 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever y'all want to call it. Doesn't really cut it for me. I really like to just be always doing something. My grandmothers used to be like so crafty. They're extremely talented painters, always like making stuff and doing stuff. So they definitely inspired me to like just do something else. Like I bought my first machine, which is back there with a bunch of fabric from Christmas on it. In 2015, it started out as a hobby. People started wanting to pay me to do stuff, which that turned into encouraging me to start a business and create an LLC. So yeah, that's kind of how it all started. And then I kind of like created a Facebook, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to do all this. Like I had people coming to my house to pick stuff up. So I was strictly on Etsy and friends and family for like the longest time, up until I had my son. So COVID hit, I got sent home from work, and I guess too much time with my husband, I ended up pregnant, which we're totally thankful for. I am so happy. All I've ever wanted was a family. So I had my son, and then 17 months later, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. So my sewing room was my son's nursery, and then we moved everything to our other spare bedroom, and then that turned into a nursery. So I was literally doing stuff on my kitchen table. Until I eventually like closed up shop. I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, the kids come first. Let's close it up. So after I had my daughter, my mom surprised me with a sublimation printer for herself. Not for me, because if I ever got back into it, it's going to be strictly just embroidery. Okay. I spent a lot of time with my aunts, who also were extremely crafty. And when I tell you they like used to scrapbook, whew, they were some scrapbooking queens. They spent lots of money on scrapbook, which I was thankful for because I got to use it. But I did spend a lot of time with them. So like my grandmas and my aunts really just were the inspiration for me just being, you know, kind of who I am today, and like crafty, and now embroidery in my business. So that's kind of like why I did it, why I started doing embroidery. I really am kicking myself because I did not keep my Facebook page. Like I just imagine like where I would be today if I would have stuck with Facebook. But I never really was a social media girl. So like I didn't even have my own personal Facebook. So Anyways, so when I came back on and my mom kind of was like pushing me, and I was like, you know what, let's do this. Let's go all in. I want MUDBUGS to grow. So I'm like religiously now trying to grow my business. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we're on TikTok. I'm in 2 boutiques, which we'll get into later. And, you know, I'm just really excited where we're at. You know, people trust us with their stuff. So I got the shirt rehooped. I think this is like a good position. It's pretty much in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the machine and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I can work with this position. All right, so we need the first fabric pulled. I already have this one with my backing on it, this shiny stuff. And I go ahead and cut this off. So while that stitches out, I can go ahead and prep this one. This lady wants a Jesus sweatshirt. It's this pretty ash gray, really pretty. So she wants this slate color. And Jesus, I have all my thread behind y'all. So definitely I'll have to do like a little tour of my building. So we bought this building after my mom convinced me to start my business again. I had a storage unit. My storage unit I bought before I moved in with my husband. I was living on my own, and I just couldn't afford it anymore. And I was like, you know what, I can't do this. So I was literally going to move back home, and then my boyfriend, now husband, gave me a key to his house, and I was like, okay, so does this mean I'm moving in? Like, what is this? So he gave me a key to his house, and I moved in. So I had a storage unit with all my stuff in it, ended up selling everything years down the road, and so I had my embroidery machine and all my stuff in there. And I was like, you know, I cannot keep paying for this. It's too expensive. It keeps going up. They're claiming it's the insurance, but I don't know. So we purchased this 24 by 12 foot, they call it grace units down here. But yeah, so we did that February of the year my daughter was born, because we definitely needed more room. Our house is not huge. It's perfect for just him and I. And then when we had one baby, we're like, okay, like we could stay here a couple more years. And then we had a second baby plus my business. I was like, okay, we're like pushing at the seams here. So we got this unit. We kind of like renovated it. It's not done. Like you can tell, we want to put shiplap up here. We have like electrical, like all of this should have lights. Like I just bought a cheap $15 light from Home Depot. So we have a few of those around. And then, you know, of course I have this light to help like cut stitches and stuff. But yeah, so we renovated it. Half of it is my sewing business, and I can give y'all a tour. The other part is a lot of storage. We have lofts. That's what's up here is lofts. And it has like a ton of stuff up there. Working really well so far. You know, one day my husband keeps saying he's going to turn into a camp, so putting the counter space made sense, and putting the electrical work all made sense to us. Super grateful that we were able to do this. I'm super grateful that I was able to open my business back up and really like focus on it and do what's great. I'm glad I have help from my mom. My husband, he came in here for 2 hours last week doing inventory for me because Christmas season is crazy for us. And I had boxes everywhere. UPS man just showed up with more. I could do some unboxing. It's kind of where I'm at right now. I have a building out some house I'm working in, and it's great. It's working for me. You could see it's a G. I need to take out this fabric in the middle, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I got the fabric cut out of the G. I'll cut the rest later. I'm gonna put it back on, and I'm in 2 boutiques. One is, I already have my backing ready on my neck, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this excess off. One is in the city over. I promise we're not like country bumpkins. Like, we're from Baton Rouge. We live in a city right outside of Baton Rouge, so like when I say the city over, it's literally like the city over. But yeah, so there's a boutique there that has like booths you can rent. And I came across it online, and I was like, oh my God, like this is what I want to do. And I had initially, back in February, got on a wait list for our local little Mercantile place, and they had a wait list a mile long, and I had been looking and been looking and been looking, and I saw this one in Zachary, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is me. So I went and looked at it. They had like a $60 booth and a $250 booth available, and I was like, oh, I was going for the $60 thinking it was going to be a bigger option, but I did the $250 booth. And I'm super happy I did. It's full, it's, you know, pink, it's pretty, I love it. So far we're doing really well, but it is Christmas season. This is our busy time. I'm gonna go stick this on. So like with the boutique, our regular customers and then like just website customers, I think that we're doing really good. The one that I just talked about in Zachary, that is a vendor ran boutique. So I have to make my inventory. I have to put my inventory into the system. I have to clean my space. I have to straighten everything up. I have to do everything myself. So the other one that I'm in is in Walker, Louisiana, and that boutique is like lady that owns it. She owns it, she runs it. There's a worker there. I literally do the clothes and I drop them off. So I kind of have best of both worlds. That one's not as expensive. There's like fuzz floating around. That one's not as expensive as the one in Zachary, but I really do like it. I want to see where it goes. I also have had a few people reach out about wholesale. Well, technically she wants me to rent a space from her, but she's new at it and I don't know how long that business had been there, and I don't know if I can take on a third boutique type role right now. I am trying to figure out if I want to get a second machine. Maybe if I got that I could, but she does want me to do wholesale, which would still, like, a second machine would be amazing for that too. Let me grab this. All right, we're gonna take this, cut the fabric off of the R. I am definitely looking into maybe buying another machine. I even have had people want to be silent partners with me and help, you know, with the financial side of stuff. But right now, I think that the way we're running things, we're doing good. One day I was sitting in my living room with my husband and kids, and I think his sister may have been over, and I like hopped on the boutique in Zachary, and I had sold like, I don't know, 12 things that day, and I was like, oh my gosh. That had been like the most I had made in like a day. And I was like, wow, like I was so excited. So, you know, it's really fun to see how things go. And like the lady at the Walker location, she'll text me. She does like school events and she does like pop-ups on Fridays. She'll text me like, oh my God, they love your stuff. And so it's just really exciting. I love that like people love my stuff. And so that's really heartwarming for me. Pushes me harder, pushes me, you know, I have a ton of stuff, a ton of ideas in my head that like I need to get out and do, and literally like by the end of the season, I'm like, man, I didn't get to do this, but everything that I did get to do, people love. So, okay, so I now need to cut my third fabric. I do not have any little swatches already done, so my heat press is heating up. I think it just beeped, and this should be enough to cover the letters. Okay, I had to put a heater on. It's getting kind of cold in here. We got that fabric on. I need to prep the next fabric. I have this really pretty velvet red, and I have this shiny gold. The press is hot. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, my hair is getting in the way. I'm gonna go ahead and press this sweatshirt. I thought I had a sticker on it. I don't. Thought I did this last night. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this prepped and ready. I always find the middle of my sweatshirts and then I put a little Target tag to kind of gauge where the top of the design should be. Today, it's Saturday, which is why, oh, y'all can't really see me. It's Saturday, which is why I have to get this in the mail by 12 because the post office closes at, I'm pretty sure 12 on Saturdays. We'll clean this up a little more before we add all the little add-ins, but there's the A. I think I kind of covered everything, all my little marks that I need to cover. My husband and I we're like faithful YouTube watchers. Like, he would go straight homestead if I would let him. Like, we've had chickens, we have a garden, we have broccoli growing. Maybe I can show you some of that. We don't have chickens right now. They weren't really laying and then they died. So I was like, you know what, let's chill with the chickens. We just got a puppy. We have 2 babies under 3. We definitely don't need to add anything else, and we have this small business, and he cuts grass on the side, so like we have a lot going on right now. I don't think we need to go straight homestead to where we have to take care of everything. But for the most part, like, we watch a lot of YouTube, and like, honestly, so I bought my husband probably in 2016 a bunch of YouTube equipment. Like, he had a GoPro, I'm not sure where it's at. So I bought him all the little gadgets he needed to start his own channel because he's been talking about it for years and he just never did it. So I actually was like, you know what, forget it, I'm gonna do it. So there's a lot of girls that I watch on YouTube about their small businesses, whether it's just women, boutiques, pop-ups. Angela Jasmina really has been my inspiration and why I bought the Bravo more than anything. There's a lot of like YouTubers that I'm just, one of them just started 4 months ago and she's already at 500 followers. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I don't know where it's gonna go. Let's see. I'm very spontaneous. Like I will just be like, hey, let's get in the car and go. It was my husband. I told him last night that like, hey, I'm gonna upload my first video soon. And he like seems like he's all for it. So maybe that'll inspire him to get on and talk about whatever he wants to talk about. So today, besides getting this order out, I have a couple other things I need to do. I have to run to the store. I need to print out a 30% off sign for my booth. I may take y'all along or just post some pictures and y'all can see how that goes. And then my husband and I may go get chips, salsa, and margarita. Like that sounds really good. We also need to finish some Christmas shopping. There's a few things I need to go get for my family, and it's supposed to rain all day. My mom has our kids right now, so that gives us a little break. And like also like we may get in here and clean up some. Maybe I could video some of that. I don't know. Let me cut this fabric. Okay, so you're at a little bit different angle. I've got to do some computer stuff. I need to print out my sell little paper for my booth, and I'm still working on the grandmama sweater. There's not much left. So yeah, you're just gonna sit here and watch me work. I'll wait for that to load, and I will add the next fabric color. You hear that noise? It's raining, and this building has a tin roof. And here's where we're at so far. You can see I got most of this. It's kind of hard to get here with all this, so I'm going to stick it back on. So that'll start printing, and I'm going to get the next color on, which is this pattern. My cute little sign. The next fabric's going to be this red again, and then we're going to end it with a blue, and we should be done, and it'll be able to kind of stitch out the rest of the image. I think this is about done, so I'm going to chuck that. Go ahead and cut this one. And we're almost done. This would come out really good. Glad I was able to make the letters work. This particular order, the letters came like as a package deal, so they sold like Mama, Mimi, Jojo, Noni, Nanny. They were already like, the letters were all packaged together already with all the little, what they called snack cakes on them. But this lady wanted Grandmama, and it did not have that. So I had to change the font. I had to buy the extra add-on package with the Santa hat, the lights, and the reindeer antlers and star. But like, it's really turning out really cute, so I'm happy with it. It was a little challenging to have to fit the whole word Grandmama on here, but I made it happen. So I have this Dolly sweatshirt. I don't know if you can see it. Cut the sequins off. I might move y'all back over here at the A real quick, and then we will get to the Jolly. So it is currently 11:02. When I tell you I am like gonna hit the post office right in time, I'm literally gonna hit the post office right in time with this. I hate being like, it's not last minute, but I definitely wanted to get this one out yesterday, and I did not. Okay, I think we're good for now. Let's cut the Jolly. So I was actually bringing these to my Walker location she actually told me a while back that that particular boutique really sells, going off of historical figures, they sell mostly small, mediums, and larges. So what I brought her originally, like when I first put my inventory in, was a lot of like back stock, I guess you could call it, from a pop-up event I did, and it was pretty much like the 2XLs and 3XLs that was left over from that event. So I literally had to pick those up this past week because they weren't selling. So I was, sorry, my thread just like popped. Hold on one second. Okay, like I was saying, the boutique that is in Walker, they just kind of told me what really sells, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, so when I dropped off inventory this past week, I picked up all the 2XLs and 3XLs, and then she texted me last night and said that I needed to get the extra largest too, which, you know, me, I'm not like a 20-something-year-old person. One second. Okay, so I had a few more things I had to cut on the image on the machine. So like I was saying, the lady texted me and said to pick up my extra large stuff, and I, like, especially with extra large, I figured, you know, some girls might like their stuff baggy. I know, like, baggy's in. I certainly like my stuff bigger, but, so anyway, which is totally fine. I don't mind just doing small, medium, and large. It's actually less I have to do. And also, like, I can take all of the larger sizes to the other place that I'm in. So it kind of works, and I think I even sold a couple already. So that's good. But I just realized that this was an extra large, so it's pointless even to bring it to the Walker location. So I'm going to bring it with me today to the Zachary location and get it plugged in my booth, and hopefully it sells. Also, I bought some like little red rompers. They're all long sleeve for toddlers. So I do a mixture of things. I started initially doing a lot of kids stuff. I still do a lot of kids stuff, but I do have adult stuff too. So I bought some like red rompers for toddlers, and I bought them specifically so that I could put like a Christmas applique on them, but I really didn't want to put Christmas on it, all of them, because like I got them in and stuck them in the boutique last weekend. So I just didn't want to, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. I didn't want, trying to make sure everything's stitching out okay. I did not want to like just stick them in there with a bunch of Christmas stuff. And also I do a lot of personalizing, so I can't personalize it because, you know, obviously nobody's bought them yet. But they just sold. Like, they all sold except for like a 2T, I think. And they didn't ask to have anything on them. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should purchase more and just sell them. Obviously, they can buy them plain. I don't care. But they were intended to have something put on them, which either way works for me. The one good thing is, so the boutique in Zachary, they already have a lot of women's clothing boutiques in there that are doing pretty well. So like my adult stuff, I'm kind of trying to phase out and do just kids stuff. Y'all can see the sequins get everywhere. So me sticking this in there, hopefully it sells. I mean, I do have like have youth like sweatshirts, and adults are like, hey, can I get this in my size? So I don't want to cut the adults off completely, but I am trying to phase some of it out because the boutique in Walker is like an adult women boutique. So trying to kind of make that one all of my women's clothes, and then my toddler and kids stuff, definitely youth sizes too, will be at the Zachary location. And then of course I can do anything customized. So I think I'm going to have to add the last little applique, which is the star, to the design that is on the machine, or to the sweatshirt that is on the machine. And I use this pretty gold. bad as a drop of water from the rain. And I'm going to take the stabilizer off the back of this. Clean all this up. And we'll get it ready to go into inventory. I need to make sure that I take a hanger with me. Let's see the time. 11:16. Man, we are cutting it close with this grandmama sweatshirt. My husband is literally probably in his chair watching YouTube right now. How funny would it be if, like, one day he's sitting there watching me on YouTube? Okay, so the grandmama sweatshirt came off. I got everything cleaned up on the other side. I ironed down the fabric. I am cleaning up the back, and then we're gonna package it all up. My storage on my phone is not great. I think that actually we may go see about getting a business phone, just so that I can at least, like, not be giving out my cell phone number to random people, and they could call. We could just have a phone for that, and possibly a phone for all of the videoing that we potentially might be doing. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this stabilizer. I do not recommend doing what I'm doing unless you've been doing this a long time, because I have cut a ton of clothes by using this little guy. But I, a lot of times, will stick my hand in the way, so I rather cut my hand than cut the clothes, because having to redo clothes that, you know, save inventory, I don't want to have to redo it. Alright, so this came out really cute. All of this is done. Look how sweet. I'm going to try to fold it to fit it all into the mailer, and I will also show you all what I stick in my mailers. I buy all of my stuff off of Vistaprint. So I have my thank you cards, my washing instructions, my adorable mailers that I got off TikTok from Magical Mailers. We always want to make sure the business name is known. You don't want to just buy items off TikTok and say, oh, I got this off TikTok. It's not fun for us business owners. Hey y'all, it is Sunday. It is the next day. I did not manage to get anything accomplished that I wanted to get accomplished yesterday. We did, however, go to the store. I dropped off my sign. We made it to the post office with 20 minutes to spare, and we got margaritas, so that was exciting. But we did come home and crash. We were both very exhausted. We have been going 90 to nothing. I've been going 90 to nothing with my business and with the kids and Christmas shopping. Luckily this week, we're going to kind of take a little semi-break. We're not going to push any ads. We're not going to do our 2 for Tuesday, which is our BOGO sale we run every Tuesday. That takes up a lot of time, especially for my mom, because it's a sublimation shirt and she does all of our sublimation stuff. So I didn't get done what I wanted to get done yesterday, but today's a new day. My father-in-law is here to keep my husband and kids occupied for a couple of hours. The Jesus sweatshirt that I had prepped yesterday has a hole in the sleeve, and it was my last 2XL. So I went ahead and ordered one off of Amazon. It's gonna be here Tuesday. I don't know if it's gonna make it in time for this lady. I know she said she wanted to pick it up Monday or Tuesday. Sometimes I can make things like this work out. Sometimes I can't. Hopefully I can. We'll see. I'm gonna text her in a little while and say, hey, look, this is what happened. I contacted the store. I have one on its way, a shirt off of Amazon, but I'm gonna go ahead and contact Jiffy. Sometimes they can like ship them things out and get them to me way faster than my actual order. So I'm gonna go ahead and take pictures of that and send to them and see what they can do and what they can make happen. So besides the Jesus sweatshirt that I no longer can do, I do have another one that is gonna go on a sand sweatshirt, a sand color with Jesus monochrome on it. So I can definitely get started on this one. She also is getting a Santa on this sweet little sweatshirt that she dropped off, so I can do that. I have a stocking that I'd like to get done today and dropped off to the customer. She does live in my mom's neighborhood. So I don't think that I'm going to film all of this in this video because this video is already pretty long and it's my introduction and I don't want to kind of intertwine all of that. So I'm probably going to cut it off here. I just wanted to hop on and let y'all know what happened yesterday or did not happen. Yes, so I'm going to end this video here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. We'll be pushing out more videos and more content. Thanks y'all. Bye.